Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fireside Chat. I'm not sure what week we're on, week 6, something like that. I decided to come to you from my virtual fireplace right now, give you something a little bit different to look at. And I decided to bring a friend along. Probably most of you know, but Berea has more than one director, and I would like Miss Beth Mittemeyer, our Director of Operations, to talk to you today. You can see she has her own fireplace too, so we are dualistic in our fireside chatting. Welcome, Miss Beth. How are you this wonderful Friday, 1st of May?
I'm very, very good. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm also excellent.
Yay.
You have done an amazing feat in the past several weeks, and you have been able, in the midst of a pandemic, quarantine, global emergency, to be a forward thinker and have put together the very exciting schedule of courses the Berea Academy is offering for the 2020-21 school year. Let me give you my applause. And let's hear a little bit about the process. What has it been like to get all this done?
Well, I appreciate the applause, but it has been a huge effort from a lot of different people. The teachers have chimed in and helped us out. Our IT guy has been working really hard. You've been working really hard, Mrs. Music, to make sure that we have all the pieces that we need. And so this really was a true team effort. Even though we're not together, we're still making it work as a group because that's what we do really well. And that's what we want to keep doing. So we have some new and exciting changes for next year. And I think this is the great direction for Berea to go for next year. One of the things that's going to change is that we're going back to a Wednesday and Thursday schedule. So there will not be classes available on Tuesday. And the best part of our new schedule, in my opinion, is that on Thursday, we do not start until 10 o'clock. So for all of you who struggle to get out the door and on time to that 9 o'clock start time, now you've got just a little bit more time to you to make it happen.
Excellent. That is wonderful. Can you explain how enrollment is going to work this year? I know that the schedule is out. So if people want to look at the schedule, they can go to our website at bereaacademystl.org and they can click on the course grid if they want to see it as a very large, colorful Excel sheet, or they can click on the course catalog and see it as a description of every single course. But when can I enroll? How can I enroll? How do I know when it's my turn and what classes I should be picking? Can you talk a little bit about how the process is going to work for us this year?
Yeah, for those of you who enrolled with us last year, this is going to feel familiar to you. We're going to be using a jot form so you can make selections. You guys have done that before. And we are keeping with the tiered enrollment system. So our first tier, which is the teacher, staff, and top volunteers, that opens in a few days. And that group of people will be contacted by email with the appropriate link to the jot form so they can make their class selections. And then it'll go open to our current student body. And I had that handy and I moved it, but I found it again. So we go open to the current student body on May 11th, which is right around the corner, even though it kind of doesn't feel that way sometimes. It is May, and it is right around the corner. And to get ready for that May 11th date, you can go ahead and go online to the website, like Mrs. Music mentioned, and click around. Let me share with you what that looks like right now. So you can see, or I hope you can see if the technology works. We have a new things on our web page, and I invite you to go explore. It's not done, it's under construction, but we got all this information that you need up there. If you click here, on the 2021 fall course schedule, it'll take you to the main catalog page. Here you can take a look at our new school calendar for next year. And then you can begin seeing what new programming that we're going to be offering you. This year, to make it easier on you to navigate all that information, I've actually organized them into age groups so that we can explore and understand what's being offered that way. Additionally, on the home page over here, you can click through, you can scroll down, you can click through, and you can open our scheduling grid. This probably looks familiar to those of you who've been with us for a little bit. Our scheduling grid full of the colors and all of the class names and kind of lines them all up and gives you exact times, and it can help you kind of understand where your student is negotiating their schedule, which classes are good for them. So those are the two greatest resources right now to understand what is coming down the line on the form.
Can I ask a couple questions?
Of course.
What is that little pink line that I saw on the grid that is inside of the different courses on some of the courses?
That is an excellent question. Some of our courses have this pink line right here, and it indicates that there's a prerequisite to that class. So for example, advanced photo requires you to have taken beginning photo. Now, if you have skills in that particular area that you think would allow you to move into the class, just let us know. We're very flexible about these sorts of things. We just want to make sure that you know you can't come in as a complete beginner into the course and be successful.
Gotcha. Now, what if I'm concerned about the classes filling up? Because if there's only 2 days, there's less classes, right?
There are fewer classes technically, but only by 1 or 2. It actually is very similar to last year's offerings.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everyone every year is very concerned about classes filling up, especially yours, Mrs. Music. You're very popular. And the best I can tell you is to be prepared for when that enrollment tier opens on May 11th to go ahead and get your enrollment form in, because we hold your spot based on a first come, first serve basis. So when your enrollment form comes to me, I process them in the timestamp order that they arrived in the Berea Gmail box. And so while we don't want you guys just jumping into everything, holding your spot just in case, we understand that, you guys are ready to make some plans for September. Some of you are ready to make plans for September.
So I can look at the schedule now, and I can select the courses that I believe that I want for my students now. But unless I am teacher, staff, or top volunteer, my time to enroll is not going to be until May 11th.
That is correct. And in the meantime, between now and then, also talk with your student's current teacher and find out what they think is a good step for your student in that subject line. And then also talk with your student. Students do better in classes when they're invested in the choice. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at any time through the email, which is bereaacademystl@gmail.com. Or pop us a Slack question. Slack is super easy for those parents that are on there.
Will everybody be able to enroll on the 11th, or only the current student body population of Berea?
Only the current student body. There's a window, it's about roughly 2 weeks or so to the 20th, where the enrollment privilege is only available to our current students. And then after that, it'll move to an open enrollment system where it's open to the general public.
So I can go ahead and share information with people that might be interested in Berea right now, but they would not be able to enroll until the 21st. Is that right?
That is correct.
Got it. Okay, so let's say I've looked at the schedule, I've chosen my classes, I'm all excited, I want to enroll, but I have a little bit of a financial consideration. This whole COVID-19 caught me kind of off surprise, and I don't know if I can pay my classes in full right now in May. What's going to happen to me?
We're all in that same position. Most of us are worried about how things are actually going to work in September. And so what we've decided as the Academy is that we are actually going to send you your bills in July, on or around July 28th, and they're going to be due August 28th. And we're actually not even going to process those payments until the date arrives, because we want to make sure that we're not taking money and then having to refund it if something weird happens. So when you go to fill out the enrollment form, it'll ask you if you want a payment plan or if you want to pay by semester or pay by year. And make your best guess right now what you think will be the right fit for your family, and we'll get all of that worked out. And then if we need to make a change to that, we can make a change to that.
And you still are offering payment plans, is that right?
We are. The payment plans are available for any family who needs it, with the service fee to cover the all the different charges the banks give us. But otherwise, it is available for families, and we just have to chat with you and work out how we need to set it up.
So I can pay by cash or by check or by credit card or by payment plan attached to a credit card or even by ACH debit, right?
Yes, that is true. The credit card, with your bill, your invoice for all of your tuition will arrive to you with a 4% convenience fee along the bottom. So if you choose to pay by credit card, you'll pay the total amount at the bottom. But if you choose to pay by cash or check, you can actually take that 4% out and bring your amount down a little bit. That is simply the amount that the bank charges us to process those transactions. So feel free to pay by cash or check and change that dollar value for you.
That's excellent. Knowing that I can make my reservation for my class now, but not have to worry about it paying for it right now really is a help, because I want to move forward. I want to be thinking about the future. I want to have all of those plans. At the same time, this is a really strange time.
This is a strange, strange time.
So I can reserve now, but I do not need to put down a deposit. Is that right?
That is correct. We decided, after consideration and prayer, that asking people for a deposit, which would be a change to our previous policy, was not something we wanted to do this year. We trust that our community is going to enroll in the correct classes on a good faith base. They're actually going to enroll in the classes they need, not all the classes they think they might want, just in case. And we don't see any reason to create that extra layer of work, both for the families and for us, to manage a deposit base per class.
Excellent. So people will take what they need, just like at the store. We're not hoarding our toilet paper here. We're just taking what we want, what we need.
That's right. We've got a great community, and we trust you guys. It'll work out.
And we miss you guys too.
Oh my gosh. We miss you so much.
Amazing as this time of remote education has been, and how much we all have learned and grown and stretched ourselves, we still really want to see you in person.
We really do, which is why we're really hoping that this summer we'll be able to schedule what I have decided to call the summer soiree in place of our spring showcase, where you guys will still get to show off all of your hard work you've done this year and have everybody come together into one place. We don't have a date set because there's just too many unknown factors right now, but we're really, really working to try to keep that on the calendar.
We have the summer soiree. We are hoping to have a live graduation for our high school graduates. We are seeing what happens, but would love to have some sort of an open house this summer to introduce people to who we are and what we do. Let me do a worst case scenario. What if we're back with stay in place orders? Is Berea still going to hold classes in the fall?
Yes. We are still planning on holding classes in the fall. Classes will start the first week of September, one way or another. They might have to be online. And now if we do have to be online, we may not actually start some of those classes. Like the movement classes don't make a lot of sense to start online. So we're working out the details of those specifics, but the classes that do make sense to remain remote or, work remote, we are going to continue to offer. And it'll be same like we're doing it now, where you show up to your remote location at your regular class time with your regular teacher. And we've talked with Southgate. Southgate understands completely. If we can't start on campus in September, we can start on campus at any point in the year. They're not going to give the building space to someone else while we're not there. So they're definitely holding our reservation for the building space in the meantime.
So whereas it is our hope and our plan to move forward with physical classes at the Southgate campus, we are prepared for Plan B or Plan C should we ever need to use it. We'll pull it right out of our back pocket and put it right into play.
That is absolutely right. And just like we've asked all of our community to go with the flow of construction, first at Canaan and now at Southgate, this is a lot like going with the flow for how things need to change. We, on the back side of things, are doing the preparation work that's necessary to make it happen for you. And we ask you guys to just keep working with us in flexibility, that it all comes together. And continue to stand with us in prayer as well for the people who are struggling through this time, whether it's a financial or emotional struggle, and that we can resume in meeting class times, because we know how important that face-to-face is with each and every one of our students.
That's excellent, Beth. It is so encouraging to know that God has our future well in hand, and He just asks us to do our best with what we have today and trust that everything that needs to happen in the future will happen and that it will all be good.
Right. And I like to tell people, one of my favorite true things to say is that Berea, for its entire existence over these years, has been a story of provision again and again and again. When we move forward faithfully, we uncover the provision that God has already laid in place for us to do well. And so we remain committed as an administration and as leaders in our community to move forward in faith, because His gifts are there, and it's just a matter of us coming into His timing for that unveiling.
That's beautiful. I'm going to take a couple days to look through the schedule myself and process and see what I want for my kids next year. But I bet I'm going to have a whole list of questions. Is there going to be a way for me to ask my questions live in real time where I can get some answers? And if so, when and how is that going to happen?
So we're going to host a Zoom online town meeting on Monday, May 4th, Monday, May 4th at 2 p.m. And we're going to take your questions live at that time and answer them to the best of our ability. That doesn't mean you can't email me or Mrs. Music or anyone else, or use the Slack channels. That's fine too. But feel free to pop by at 2 o'clock on Monday and get some specific things addressed.
Excellent.
I'm really hoping you guys come by because I miss your faces.
Yeah, we get to see the students all the time, but we also miss those hallway interactions and the parking lot interactions with the moms and the dads. So even if you don't have questions, come join us at a town hall meeting next Monday at 2 p.m. The link for the town hall meeting will be in the MailChimp, the weekly email that comes out, and we will also post it in the Berea Academy Families page on Facebook.
Excellent. I really just stop by and say hi, even if you don't have a question. We'd love to see you.
Any final remarks that you would like to share with our Fireside Chat audience today?
I just want to say how grateful I am for the Berea community. The families have really come together, not only in supporting their shelter in place situation, but using remote education and all of these different tools to support each other and to support their teachers. We really recognize that this is a relationship that goes both ways. And I so love all of you and the hard work you're doing to get your students to your Zoom meetings on time, to get them the materials that you don't normally have to provide. I know this hasn't been an easy time, but you've all managed it with grace and kindness and compassion and mercy, and it's been really, really inspiring to me. And I honestly couldn't ask for a better community. Thanks.
Wonderful. Well, I am going to go ahead and say goodbye. Looks like my fire there is lighting up town. So I'm going to grab my hot cocoa and my marshmallows and enjoy my family and my weekend. And we hope to see all of you, or a lot of you, next Monday, right after the weekend, 2 p.m. for the Berea Academy Zoom Town Hall meeting. Goodbye,
Excellent.
Miss
Bye.
Smith. See ya.